2025. Ooh. Hold on, cuz. Make sure this shit right. So 2025 just started, and Drake fans might be getting their first win of the year already. So a few hours ago, article came out on Twitter about basically, so if you guys didn't know, Drake is basically, he filed a petition last year basically saying he wanted to get documents from UMG to kind of like show that the Not Like Us record was trumped up and pushed with, you know, artificial streams. So this has been in the works. The last thing that came out was a few days ago about the petition being pushed back. So the actual case that they were gonna have, or the actual case that they were gonna have was pushed back. They were supposed to have a ruling on the 14th or 13th, it could have been, and then they pushed it back to the 31st. Well, today something came out basically saying that the petition has been withdrawn. And yeah, it's from what it seems like, it's looking like it's a win for Drake, but you could interpret it either way. So I'll go through this real quick. Please take notice that petitioner in Movement Frozen Moments LLC, that's Drake's company, by its attorneys Wilkie, Farr, and Gallagher LLP, hereby withdraw its order to show cause seeking pre-action disclosure and preservation of certain documents and communications from responding UMG records. So that's basically saying they're withdrawing their requests or demand on UMG side in terms of certain documents that they're asking for and for certain information to be disclosed. And it continues, and pre-action disclosure of certain documents, communications, and from respondent Spotify. So that's the same thing, because Drake was basically asking for documents and certain like things to be disclosed on both sides, on the sides of UMG and on the sides of Spotify, to show that, you know, the record was being botted in an effort to basically like kind of like downplay his image, because he was negotiating a contract at the time. It continues, please take further notice that petitioner hereby voluntarily discontinues this special proceeding as to all respondents without any cost to any party. So this is what's been confusing a few people online. So you could interpret it either way. It could be interpreted as Drake withdrew the petition and basically nobody got paid out of it. Or you could interpret it as Drake withdrew the petition and they settled out of court. Plaintiffs met and conferred with respondent on January 14th regarding this filing. So this is where you could probably take the side of there being a settlement out of court. They met with the respondent, which is Drake's lawyers, on January 14th, which is actually today. And from that meeting, this decision was made. Respondent Spotify, which has filed an opposition to the order to show cause, responded that Spotify has no objection to the withdrawal and discontinuance. So they're basically saying they're not against Drake withdrawing the lawsuit. And respondent UMG, which has not filed yet in opposition to the order to show cause, has reserved this position. So yeah, basically UMG is kind of like staying in their place. So I don't know, it's very sudden, because the last thing that we got was yesterday from them basically saying the petition was going to be moved back to the 31st. And literally a day later, or 2 days later, or whatever it is, this comes out basically saying Drake's withdrawing the lawsuit. So yeah, like I said, this could be taken either way. You could look at it as they met, they spoke or whatever, and maybe Drake realized there wasn't anything. Yeah, they spoke, they met, maybe Drake realized there wasn't anything for him to pursue, or they spoke, they met, and Drake knew there was something to pursue, and Spotify and UMG knew there was something to pursue, and they didn't want to drag it any further. So maybe they settled and they reached an agreement out of court, basically saying, all right, let's not take this to the public. Let's just settle this now, and then we can continue on from here. I think that's what happened. And I think the suddenness of like the way this came out, like that seems like that's what happened. Other than Spotify and UMG denying basically what Drake said, we hadn't really heard much from their sides. And I don't know, there's been a lot of signs pointing to Drake having, you know, him really believing what the petition was saying. Like, So it's hard to believe that they met and they didn't settle out of court. So yeah, you can basically, like I said, like I've been saying, you can probably take this one of both ways. You could say, you know, they settled and Drake got some money, he got a bag out of this. Maybe he's now in the process of renegotiating his contract to, you know, to continue, or people were saying that his contract was looking to be like a $800 million, or he's looking for $1 billion, or maybe Drake got nothing out of it. But truth be told, I don't think, and especially, I don't know if there was a Raptors game yesterday and Drake was at the game and he seemed like he was in good spirits. If I knew I was going to lose a lawsuit, I'm not coming out in the public and even showing face, you know. So there's a good chance that this is on the winning side when it comes to Drake. But I mean, you can think what you think. You can think what you want until more information about this comes out. For now, it's just all speculation. There's three pages to this. I don't know if the other ones are online. I haven't seen them, but if something else comes out, then, you know, you can probably make it less of an opinionated view, and you can have more facts to it. So yeah, no, this is a win, I think, for Drake. I hope it's a win for Drake, and I hope this means that, you know, now he can release, you know, music, because we've been waiting on the Party album for a few months now. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. There's people already saying, oh yeah, no, I thought Drake was doing this for the artists. I thought he was doing this for the people, you know, trying to make sure the little guys kind of get, you know, looked out for. And now that he's withdrawing the lawsuit, if he did settle out of court, like, people are gonna put so much angles into this. It's always gonna be like, they're always gonna try to find a way to make it seem like a loss for Drake, even if he did win out of this. They're gonna take an angle like I just said there. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, man. I think this is a win. I hope it's a win, because then it means more music is gonna be coming out. And yeah, the drought will be over. So yeah, let me know what you guys think.